وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. Those Zaratuna Zaira, inshallah, please iftar ayda. Although I was forced to iftar, should be inshallah. From Zavana Kenzaka, inshallah, iftar should I into please, Ushimu. Our So our program, inshallah, is going to start with recitation from the Holy Quran. And for me, the month of Ramadan is about the Quran, it's about inspiring us. And I do feel that sometimes we can be inspired by one another. So inshallah now I want to call upon a young child who's going to be reciting from the Holy Quran inshallah. Can I call now Ziyad al-Rahman inshallah to recite from the Holy Quran?
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يعوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم صدق الله العظيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
MashaAllah and Alhamdulillah. Allah give all our children the love for the Quran. Allah give all our children the opportunity to be amongst those who carry the Quran. Inshallah, our guest who we've been advertising to deliver a speech today is here, and inshallah he'll start his speech very soon. But we have another guest amongst us, and I'm going to request him just to speak only 5 minutes in the Bengali language. He is part of the madrasa, which is the biggest in Bangladesh. And as you know, many of us here are originally from Bangladesh, and every year many thousands of students graduate. And I just think that because he's here, I feel I need to honor him. So inshallah, he's going to speak to us for 5 minutes. And I know not all of you do understand Bengali, so just bear with us 5 minutes, inshallah. I'm going to call him, inshallah, to do a short 5-minute speech to you all, because I think he'll have good words for us, because he's in charge and he's dealing with the madrasa that produces like thousands of ulama a year. So inshallah, Huzur inshallah. So Huzur will come. By the time Huzur arrives here, I want to send a message to you all this evening, and this message is because this Ramadan I felt so much warmth and so much love from so many of you, when it comes to supporting the house of Allah, when it comes to helping one another. And I really believe with my heart that if we can be united, if we can show this same level of unity in every aspect, we as a Muslim community will be successful and the wider community will benefit from us. And I just this one message on this in this blessed gathering, let's be united. Sometimes we see people squabbling over little things. The holding party lines over certain things. You know, Asabiyya is, you know, like that racial thing, you know, differentiation. Islam didn't allow any of that. But it doesn't mean that now we start differentiating, or he's from a particular area in Bangladesh, or he follows a particular madhab, or he does, and then we start differentiating and we start, no, let's be united. The power of love and unity will be huge for us. I'm telling you, the power, the strength we as a community will have if we can be united will be huge. So Allah give us the strength, even if we start here in this locality, if we then go around the West Midlands, in the UK, the world, how strong and how powerful the Muslims will be, how much the entire world can benefit. But as soon as we start squabbling, you know the hadith in which Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam tells us that Jibreel came to inform him about the night of Laylatul Qadr, the specific day, the specific time, which night it is. But then because people were squabbling, he sallallahu alayhi wasallam, that date was taken away from him. So this squabbling and this argument, this we've got to stop. We have to stop. Allah give us the tawfiq. Now we'll just call our Sheikh, inshallah. He's just speaking Bengali just for a few minutes. If you all just inshallah, listen attentively. And then our guest, Moulana Haroon sir, he'll be speaking in English after that.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وذكر فإن الذكرى تنفع المؤمنين قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم بلغوا عني ولو آية الحمد لله الله تعالى বহুত বড় রহমান করম আল্লাহ তাআলা আমাদেরকে আমি এবং আপনাদের দরমিয়ানের মধ্যে আল্লাহ তাআলা আমাকে আবার 2 বছর পরে দেখা হওয়ার তৌফিক দান করেছেন আলহামদুলিল্লাহ আসল তো কথা হলো ভাই আল্লাহ রাসূলের কথার শেষ নাই সাগর বহুত বড় আলোচনা কুরআন হাদিসে আমি চেষ্টা করব আল্লাহ তাআলা তৌফিক দিলে 5 মিনিটের ভিতর আল্লাহ তাআলা যা তৌফিক দেয় আমি বলার চেষ্টা করব তাও আল্লাহই বলাইলে বলতে পারবো আর আপনারাও যা আল্লাহ যদি তৌফিক দিয়ে শুনবেন ইনশাআল্লাহ আসলে দুনিয়াটা হলো আল্লাহ তাআলা একদম ক্ষণস্থায়ী যেমন আমি মুসাফির আসছি জরুরত সেরে তাড়াতাড়ি আমি চলে যাব কেউ প্রতিমধ্যে টয়লেট করে টয়লেট সেরে চলে যাবে এই দুনিয়াটাই হলো ক্ষণস্থায়ী আসছি আমরা জরুরত সারি যেরকম দেখি টয়লেটে সারি এখানেও সেরকম জরুরত সারা হাজত সারা এরপর আমাদের আবাদুল আবাদ জিন্দেগিতে চলে যেতে হবে এই জন্য আল্লাহ তাআলা আমাদেরকে ওমা খালাকাতুল জিন্না ওয়াল ইনসা ইল্লা লিয়াবুদুন বলছেন দেখেন আল্লাহ তাআলা আমাদেরকে শুধু আল্লাহর ইবাদতের জন্যই সৃষ্টি করেছেন এটা কি এরকম সহজ আমাদের মধ্যে অনেক কিছু জমাকে আসতে পারে তো আমরা তাহলে দুনিয়াদারি বিয়া শাদী গাড়ি বাড়ি সব কি বাদ দিতে হবে কিচ্ছুই বাদ দিতে হবে না আল্লাহর হুকুম এবং রাসূলুল্লাহ সাল্লাল্লাহু আলাইহি ওয়াসাল্লামের সুন্নাত মতে করতে হবে যেমন আমরা টয়লেট করতেছি নিজের ফায়দা নিজের জরুরতের জন্য করতেছি নিজের শরীরের ফায়দা এরপরে যদি আল্লাহর হুকুমটা আমরা মানি আর রাসূলুল্লাহ সাল্লাল্লাহু আলাইহি ওয়াসাল্লামের সুন্নাত মানি এটা কি রকম বাম পা দিয়া প্রথমে দোয়া করলাম বাম পা দিয়া ঢুকলাম ঢিলা কুলুপ করলাম সুন্নাত মতে এরপরে বাইরে হইলাম ডান পা দিয়া দোয়াটা পড়লাম এই যে টয়লেট করাটাও আল্লাহ তাআলা এত খুশি হন আল্লাহর হুকুম আর রাসূলুল্লাহ সাল্লাল্লাহু আলাইহি ওয়াসাল্লামের সুন্নাত মানার কারণে বা আমাদের নামায়ে আমলের মধ্যে আল্লাহ তাআলা নেকি দান করছেন সুবহানাল্লাহ তো এরকম টয়লেটের মধ্যে যদি নেকি থাকে আমার শরীরের ফায়দা আমার দুনিয়াবি ফায়দা তাহলে ইবাদতের মধ্যে রমজানে কোরআন তেলাওয়াতের মধ্যে কোরআন তেলাওয়াত শুদ্ধ নাই ধাক্কাইয়া ধাক্কাইয়া কষ্ট করে করে আলেম ওলামাদের কাছে এসে এসে সৈশুদ্ধ করতেছি। তো এবারও যদি আমরা চেষ্টা করি তাহলে আল্লাহ তাআলা কত নেকি আমাদেরকে দিবেন। ইবাদতের মধ্যে কত নেকি রাখছে, দুনিয়াবি কাজের মধ্যে আল্লাহর হুকুম, রাসূলুল্লাহ সাল্লাল্লাহু আলাইহি ওয়াসাল্লামের হুকুম থাকলে যদি এত আল্লাহ তাআলা নেকি দেন, তাহলে বাকিটা কত আমাদের জন্য আল্লাহ তাআলা কত রহমত করম করছে। কিন্তু দুনিয়াতে আসার জন্য ইনসান কইরা দুনিয়াতে আমরা মানুষ রূপে আসার জন্য আল্লাহর কাছে চাইনি, আল্লাহ রহমত করম করছে। এরপরে মুসলমানের ঘরের মধ্যে আমাদেরকে আল্লাহ তাআলা জন্মগ্রহণ করেছেন, কত রহমত করম দেখেন। এরপরে আখিরি জামানার নবী হযরত মুহাম্মদুর রাসূলুল্লাহ সাল্লাল্লাহু আলাইহি ওয়াসাল্লামের উম্মতি করে আমাদেরকে সৃষ্টি করছে। কত নিয়ামত, হাজারো হাজারো নিয়ামত আল্লাহ তাআলা আমরা ভোগ করতেছি, আল্লাহ তাআলার নিয়ামত। তবে এই আলাই রাব্বিকুম ওয়া তুকাদ্দিবান। তো দেখেন আমরা এই সব যদি আমরা একটু খেয়াল করে চলি দুনিয়াতে, তো দেখবেন যে আল্লাহ তাআলা আমাদেরকে খুবই সহজ ইসলাম ধর্ম, একদম সহজ যদি আমরা মানার চেষ্টা করি, খুবই সহজ। কোরআন শরীফ সৈশুদ্ধ নেই, পড়তে পারিনি, কঠিন হয়ে গেছে আমাদের থেকে। চেষ্টা করব আল্লাহ তাআলার চেষ্টা দেখে, কামিয়াব কিন্তু আল্লাহর হাতে। এটা হলো ইলমুল ওয়াহি, আল্লাহর কালাম। দুনিয়া দিয়ে এলাম, আল্লাহ তাআলা হায়ান জামর কেউ দিছে, এরও দেমাগ নিয়ে চলে। বানরকে বিষ মিশাইয়া রুটি দিছিল, খাই নাই। বুড়া বুড়া বানররা গাছের উপর ওইটা ফাতা নিয়ে, ফাতাটাও খাইছে আর রুটিটাও খাইছে বিষ মিশানো, কিন্তু এরপরে দেখা গেছে তাদের কোনো নুকসান হয়নি। এই দেমাগটা দুনিয়াবি, এই দেমাগটা আল্লাহ তাআলাই ওনাদের দেমাগে দিয়েছে। এরকম সমস্ত দুনিয়াবি এলো, এটা আল্লাহ তাআলাই যে এটা সহজ করে দিয়েছে। হ্যাঁ, ইসলাম ধর্ম যেরকম সহজ, দুনিয়া যদি আমরা দুনিয়ার পিছনে না দৌড়ি, দুনিয়া আমাদের পিছনে দৌড়বে, আল্লাহর দিকে যদি আমরা দৌড়ি। এই রমজান মাস আমাদের থেকে এই যে কত বড় একটা নিয়ামত আমরা পাইছি। অনেকে মারা গেছে, আমরা ওদেরকে এখন দেখতেছি না, ওরা রমজান এই মুবারক মাস পাইনি। তো আমরা এটা কদর করতে হবে, কোরআন তেলাওয়াত করতে হবে, জিকির আজকার করতে হবে, এই মসজিদকে আবাদ করতে হবে। আল্লাহ তাআলা খুশি হন মুসল্লি হলে, ইবাদত করলে, মসজিদে আসলে আমরা। এই জন্য যারা এখানে আছেন, আল্লাহ দিলে কমিটির মধ্যে আছেন, যারা চেষ্টা করতেছেন, দেখেন তাদের জন্য দোয়া করতে হবে। এই মসজিদ মার্কাজও বলতে হবে, এই দ্বীনের মার্কাজ, সারা বার্মিংহামের মার্কাজ, দ্বীনের মার্কাজ যেন আল্লাহ তাআলা করেন। এই জন্য দোয়াও করবেন, আমার জন্য দোয়া করবেন, আমি আপনাদের জন্য দোয়া করতেছি। আল্লাহ তাআলা আমাদেরকে তৌফিক দান করুন, আল্লাহ আমাদেরকে তৌফিক দান করুন। আমি দোয়া করতেছি, আপনারা আমার জন্য দোয়া করবেন। ওয়া আখিরু দাওয়ানা আলহামদুলিল্লাহি রাব্বিল আলামিন। আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
He requested that in this blessed month we do the amal, we pray, we hold on to all the good things. He mentioned even going to the bathroom is a reason of sawab for us if we do it correctly. So what about when we worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how much reward we can get? Inshallah, now I want to call upon Moulana Haroon sir, someone who I think you will all really enjoy listening to. I met him first, or our relationship goes back to 1996, kind of 26 years now, when I first met him. And since then, I don't think he's changed even one bit, because he just met me now, and the character was absolutely the same. So you'll enjoy his speech, inshallah. Somebody who I treasure, and I have over the past 26 years, somebody who I dearly love. Inshallah, I'd like to call him, inshallah, to do a speech now to all of us. Those people at home listening, inshallah, please come for Iftaar. Even if your children and you didn't fast, please come. Everyone is welcome to come to the Iftaar today.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. If everybody takes a moment just to read the Durud Sharif. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. First and foremost, We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most merciful, the most gracious. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for every moment of our life. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this second that we have right now. Because it is only Allah Himself and His will that we are here. I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving me the opportunity to talk about Allah and His Rasul. It's an honor whenever we get called to do any work of deen, any work in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's an honor because it is only Allah's will. It is only because Allah has chosen you or me for that opportunity to speak about it. So, I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving me the opportunity to come to your community and be able to spend some time with you and convey some message, and inshallah which will benefit me and everybody sitting here. Moulana Subhan, he gave such an introduction, that he's known me for this many years and, I've never changed. Before I came here, my wife was telling me off. Huh? It's been a busy day today. And she said, you look horrendous. How can you go and give a bayan and your bush isn't even shaved and, you don't even look good? I said, this is a wife telling me, you're not looking good. I said, good job, I'm going to a masjid where there's all men. Huh? So I started shaving and I cut myself. So Moulana Haroon goes, I haven't changed because that's my habit. I'm always doing something clumsy. And again, I was shaving and I cut myself and he couldn't stop laughing that, Moulana, you still haven't stopped your antics, you never changed. No matter how the busy day is, no matter how the day is, no matter what is there for us, and what we have to do throughout the day, we have to remember our duty is to remember the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us Iman. He's given us what? Iman. When I sit in this masjid right now, and I'm looking around, and I could see youth, I could see young youth sitting here. It makes us feel so happy. Because just yesterday, I was sitting in the masjid, and I was talking, I said to one of my friends, there's communities out there who can't attract their youth to the masjid. There's communities out there who have young, talented, super talented youth who are not attracted to the masjid. Why is that? These questions are being asked. Why are they not attracted to the masjid? Where is it going wrong for the masjids that the youth are not connected? And the answer that we both gave each other was, what are we doing for the youth? Have we put things in place for the youth? Have we called the youth to the masjid? Have we given them opportunities in the masjid? Because every part of our life is very important. Every stage of our life is very important. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and when Nabi Karim sallallahu alayhi wasallam tells us and informs us through the hadith how important the youth is, how important life is, how important health is, how important wealth is. And when Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam reminds us that surely being his ummatis, his followers, it is our duty that we spend the moments of our life throughout the stages accordingly. Because ultimately, no matter what dreams we have, no matter What we think we're going to become, the destination is just in one place. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says in a hadith, Hazrat Ibn Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu says that he heard Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam say, اغتنم خمسا قبل خمس. Take advantage of 5 before 5. Huh? Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was advising a companion, and he was advising somebody, and in the gathering, this hadith that Ibn Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu says he heard, that he was advising take advantage of 5 before 5. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentions 5 things. Does anybody know those 5 things? Has anybody here got any idea what those 5 things are? Come on, let's see. 5 pillars of Islam? Anybody else? Huh? Anybody else? Have some try. Attempt. Just tell me if anybody has any knowledge.
Kalima, namaz, zakat, zakat.
Kalima, namaz, zakat, hajj, okay?
Yeah,
MashaAllah. You know what is amazing? You've taken the opportunity and you've taken the chance to say, and that takes courage. Sorry, son, you put your hands up. Subhanallah. That's also a beautiful narration that you've read. Subhanallah. This little child here, he read Quran. This is the youth. This is what we dream of. This is what we want. MashaAllah, it's amazing that you had the courage to sit here. Sometimes we don't even have the courage. If I was to ask many people here, they wouldn't have the courage. Not that it's wrong, it's just they don't have the courage. And MashaAllah, you had the courage to come here and recite the Quran so beautifully. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless everyone, but bless you also and make you hafiz the Quran. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, اغتنم خمسا قبل خمس. شبابك قبل حرمك. شبابك قبل حرمك. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says that take advantage of 5 before 5. Take advantage of youth before you become old. Take advantage of what? Youth before you get old. Who's old here? Huh? Let's see who's old here. No, you're not old now. Come on. Look at your beard now.
40 years old.
40 years old. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says a youth is, you said 40. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, a shabab can go to the age of 40 and he's still a youth. Subhanallah. Huh? When we say youth, we think a youth is a 15, 16, 17, 18, 19-year-old, 20-year-old, 25. No. Up to the age of 40. That's shabab, the meaning of shabab. Some narration says to the age of 40, still a person is young. He becomes a man after 40. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentions this why. And this is the question we're going to ask each other. Why is he telling us to take advantage of this moment of our life? Because this is the moment of our life where we learn, where we educate ourselves, where all the dunyawi stuff that happens. Look, we all go to school. We've all been to school. We've all been to juniors, nurseries, and then high school. And if anybody tells me here that they've been through all this process and they've been the most religious child, we've been lying. We've met so many different people, we've been in different company, we've been with different friends, and we've had friends and people that do different things, and we can get caught up to it. If you look today there's many young people who are far away from Islam, far, far away from the masjid. They have itch if they come to the masjid. They're scared of the masjid. Youth, young people, they do not want to come to the masjid. They don't know how to read Quran. They don't know the 5 pillars of Islam. They don't know about Allah and His Rasul. Because when they were young and when they were given opportunities, they didn't take those opportunities. When they were young, they went to the mosques, but maybe for some whatever reasons they didn't enjoy it. When they left the masjid and they went to school, they met different friends, different circles. Some circles took them towards drugs. Some circles took them towards haram. Some took them towards alcohol. And every single one of these things are forbidden by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you look today and you see out there's young people who are driving big, big cars. We work all our life. We work so hard. And we're just about able to have a basic life. And suddenly you'll see youngsters who are driving, big cars. Now I'm not questioning that every single person who drives these big cars are druggies or, doing wrong things. What I'm saying is there's a lot of people that are involved in these circles. And that's why today you will see that when we watch those youngsters who are so far away and you ask them the question, and I know this because when my shop is, I meet these druggies every single day. I do salam and kalam to them. When they see me, assalamu alaikum, assalamu alaikum. But as soon as they do salam, they go there and they deal. And they've got all the big car, everything. It's because the company that they chose to be with, they wanted the dunya so quickly. They wanted the luxuries of the dunya. Their youth was spent away from Islam. Their youth was spent away from the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They was not born like that. No child is born in the dunya who becomes a druggie, who becomes disobedient to his parent, who drinks alcohol. It is how he grows up, who he attaches himself to, who he is connected to. If today I come to the masjid and I bring my child to the masjid and I sit him in the masjid and I read salah and he watches me pray salah, then surely that child will be attached to the masjid. If I sit at home and I blast the music, if I sit in my car and I put the Bangla song on and I put the Bangla song on and I put all the music in the world, don't you think my child, the young child will say, Baba, I don't know. I'm even asleep. Huh? Why don't I dance as well? Huh? If the mothers at home are not spending time with their children, with the youth, explaining to the youth, advising the youth, that go to the masjid, do good a'mal. Nobody's saying you can't watch TV. Nobody's saying you can't play PlayStation. Nobody's saying, you can't. You can't do nothing in this dunya. Just sit in the masjid. No. That's not the teaching of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Everything should be done moderately. We should be moderate. We should understand when the time of salah comes, the mothers, it's their duty to send their child to the masjid. The daughters should be told to read salah at home. If the child is constantly playing PlayStation, the parents have to stop that child playing PlayStation and put a stop to it or a time limit to it. If he's attached to the iPads and he's watching watching constant cartoons and constant movies, then it is our duty as parents to limit it, stop it or limit it. Then that young youth will only understand the value of Allah and His Rasul. If we do not take that step, then this youth that we see today, this youth will not be coming to the masjid anymore. These youth will not be attracted to Allah and His Rasul. And I'm not making this up. I've met people in my journey, youth, young youth, who are actually saying this openly, we don't believe in Allah anymore, they were born Muslims. And then we will scratch our heads and we will cry and we will go afsoos, why this has happened to me, because and this is our community and there's nothing to hide about this. You know, if you pass wind, you know what I mean by pass wind? Huh? If somebody farts, on this road, the next road knows straight away. Huh? And it's already gone around the circle. This is what's happening in that house. Huh? You can't hide nothing in I'm a Bengali. I know, I've lived in a community. And this is not only a lot of communities, but this is how it is. Huh? Anything happens, everybody needs to know. And then you sit down and you scratch your head high. Shobe matra, but now it is up. Think to yourself, where did I put the effort in my youth? Did I support the youth? Did I give him time? Did I give him the opportunity? Or was I constantly shouting at him? Was I constantly telling him off? Was I constantly taking him out to the cinemas just to be a part of the friendship and the circle? Was I taking him out to do things just to please the community, to please friends? And then when things go pear-shaped, what do? We cry. So Shabab, the youth, and this goes up to the age of 40. It is important that we make the most of that time before we get to old age. And the reason why Nabi Karim sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says that is because what you do in your youth is going to continue towards your old age. You sit in your youth in the masjid, you pray salah, you play nafal, you play Quran. Huh? It is that will remain with you when you even become 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, count the numbers, even if it's 110. It will be still in your actions because it is something that you've been doing throughout your youth. It is our duty. It is our duty to make sure we support the youth in every way. We motivate the youth in every way. We give them opportunity. We do not say to them that they're not good enough. No child or no youth should be ever told that they're not good enough. Believe in your talent. Every one of you that's sitting here, every single one, the young girls that are sitting here, you all have a dream. You all have ambition. You all have something that you want to do when you get older. Live that dream. Work hard towards that dream, so long as it's halal. So long as it will take you close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So long as it will not make you amongst those people who will be on the left on the day of judgment. But you will be on the right. وَأَصْحَابُ الْيَمِينِ مَا أَصْحَابُ الْيَمِينِ في سدر مخضود وطلح ممدود وظل ممدود وماء مسكوب. These are not my words. These are the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And He is telling you, do this in the dunya, do the righteous things in the dunya, and you will see the fruits of it in the hereafter. The youth are the ones that will be the next generation. Nabi Karim sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when he came to when he called the people of Medina, and the people of Medina came to Mecca to meet Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and this is when Islam was spreading. This is the first Aqaba, the pledge that they took with Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The people of Medina came to do the Hajj. Muslims. There was only a handful of them who were Muslims. When they came and they met Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam spoke to them, invited them towards Islam, told them about the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Quraysh, they wanted to assassinate Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They wanted to kill Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Do you want to see the power of youth? This is the power of youth. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam spoke to the companions and those people who came from Medina. The Quraysh heard about this. They heard about the secret meeting. So they wanted to know what this secret meeting was. So the next day, they came to the people of Medina and they thought Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had spoken to these people, and there was youth and there was elderly. So the Makkans came and they said to the elderly people, did Muhammad come and talk to you yesterday night? But Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam didn't talk to the elderly. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam preached Islam to the young shabab, the young youth. And these elderly people said, what are you talking about? Muhammad didn't talk to us. And the youth was sitting there and they were laughing their heads off. Yeah, they came to Rasulullah actually spoke to us, not to the. But if the Quraysh had found out that it was that Rasulullah was speaking to the people of Medina, then there would have been a big war. But because they came and spoke to the elderly, and elderly people had no knowledge what was going on, they were just doing their own stuff. But Rasulullah secretly spoke to the youth, and the youth are the ones that went back and they established Islam. The young companions went back to Medina and they spread Islam. So how important is the youth? Every one of you sitting here, you have either GCSEs, you have A-levels, you probably go to college, you probably go to uni. Some would want to become an accountant, some want to become a pilot, somebody wants to become a doctor, somebody probably wants to become a professional football player. Huh? Every one of us have dreams. Every single one of us have ambition. And that ambition, inshallah, so long as it is halal, so long as you believe in yourself and you make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, do not ever give up. Go towards it, but make sure it brings you close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Learn the Quran, recite the Quran, memorize the Quran, come for your salah every single day. If we are home and we're watching a football match, and it's like, it's crucial. We need to, this football match here, we need to watch it because, it could be Liverpool that's going to win the Champions League maybe, or the Premiership, or, it's one of those games that we have to watch it. Imagine you come at that moment, and it's namaz time, and you sacrifice not watching that 10 minutes because it was Asr or Maghrib, and you came to the Masjid. Can you imagine the level of taqwa that you have and the strength that you have? Hence, if you don't do that, and you say, I could read namaz later on, I'd rather leave today, just think how weak our iman is that we gave it up because of the dunya, because of people, because of some group of people who don't even care about me and you, who don't care about Allah and His Rasul. So the youth are very important. The young children need to be working hard towards Allah and His Rasul, because tomorrow we will all become, if Allah gives us life, we will reach an age and we will become old, our hair and beard will go white. Huh? And those moments will go so quickly. If you ask me today, I'm 40 years old now, and when I sit back and I think how quickly those last 20, 25 years has gone. Just goes like this, before you know it, before you know it. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in the same hadith then says, take care of your health, and this is number 2, take care of your health before you become sick. This is something that we need to ponder upon, our health. We think we're young and we're always going to stay healthy. Huh? We're going to be able to do everything that we did when we were young, play football, go out, enjoy our life. It takes 1 second, one moment, your whole life could change. You and I know, and we've met people in our community, in our family. Overnight, they've been told that they've got cancer. Overnight, they've been told that they've got a few days to live. Can you imagine? Can you imagine what the brain is telling that person? Can you imagine how that person is feeling when you've been told that you've got no more time left? Your health is deteriorating. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam is telling us because that Allah gives us health for a purpose, and that health is to become closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because if you see people who are unhealthy, and some of us are unhealthy because of what we do, $5-6 kebabs, chips, burgers, huh? Every day, we can't live without munching out there, huh? And then we just gotta take a big snap here like this, huh? On Instagram, Facebook, show the world what we're eating, huh? Everybody wants to know our business. Everybody wants to know, Mohammed here spent 100 quid or he's gone out to this place to eat, huh? Or we smoking, involving ourselves with haram, intoxicating ourselves, and not taking care of our health. It is an amanat, it is a trust from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we stay fit, we stay active, we take care of every single organs of our body. It's an amanat, it's a trust on us that we make sure we protect ourselves. Just because my friend here, who could, he smokes and he could run 10 miles, does not make him healthy, does not make him any better than, you. He could run 10 miles by smoking, doesn't mean that I need to start smoking. He could have 5-6 burgers and he's still fit and healthy. No. Everybody's body is different. Everybody's health is different. It just takes something to trigger an illness. And then when that health goes away, what are you going to do? Huh? You need people. And you could see people in our communities who barely could work, who can't provide for their families because they didn't take care of their health. They didn't take care of their health. So it's our duty to exercise every day. It's our duty to be careful what we do and what we consume. It's our duty, and it is the trust from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we protect ourselves. Because if you stay well, healthy, just the other day, I was working and I met an elderly man who was born in 1922. 1922. He came to get vaccinated. And he was sitting next to me. And he was talking to me. He's nearly 100 years old. And he sat there and he was walking himself. And I sat there and I was just looking at him. Englishman. And I was looking at him. And I said to him, man, I can't believe, you're born in 1920 something. And he goes, I'm still fit and young. He goes, I'm still fit and young. Huh? And you know what he said to me? He said to me, I used to take care of myself. I never did everything what other people wanted to do that would give them bad health. Like I said, illnesses can happen, but some illnesses happen because of our diet, our way of life. And this man sat there and he was talking to me, and if you met him, he probably beat me in the race. He probably beat me in the race. And he was adamant that he's still fit and healthy. This is the rewards of keeping yourself healthy. But imagine he had Iman. Imagine he had Iman and he believed in Allah. Only Allah knows. I don't know if he had Iman, but I'm just saying, if he had Iman and he's over 90, nearly 100, Allahu Akbar, a life that Allah has given him, and he had Iman for this many years. So if we have good health and we have Iman with that good health, what does it do? Huh? It will make us only close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam then says, so we said, take care of your youth before what? Old age. Number two, what was number two? Take care of your health before old age. Take care of your wealth before it goes. Okay? Take care of your wealth. That's important. When we say take care of our wealth, it doesn't mean that we hoard everything. Huh? If somebody's got hundreds and thousands of pounds in his house, we just lock it up and look at it. Huh? If we've got 10 properties, huh? You just say, you know, that's it. These properties are mine and I want to just look at it. I don't want, you know, I don't want to ever let go of it. If we have hundreds and thousands of notes in our house, you know, some people are laughing, maybe they've got it under the pillow. It's a tradition of our Bengalis, we put it all over places. I remember a story, a friend of mine goes to me, he was cleaning his kitchen. He was cleaning his kitchen and his wife moved the cooker and she found a bag and he had 5,000 pounds in it. And he goes, oh my God, I probably put it there 10 years ago. Huh? So he goes, I have bags of money here, bags of money there, bags of... And eventually he forgets where they are, and if she was moving the cooker, they was going to throw the cooker away and find 5,000 pounds. Yeah? So, you know, we have a habit of putting money here, putting money there, putting money. Wealth is a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And not everybody has wealth. Some people don't have wealth like others. Doesn't mean that they're not wealthy. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us different ways and different means of living. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you wealth, He says that wealth that you have, it should not be locked up. That wealth should be spread out. Spend it on yourself. Don't act like a tramp. Don't be a hoarder. Don't neglect yourself. Don't neglect your family. Don't neglect your wives and your children. Buy them stuff. Give them stuff. Go to your wife and buy her presents. You'll see how happy she gets. Those of us who have wives, oh, the young ones are sitting there. Some of you probably haven't got wives there. Inshallah, Allah Ta'ala give you all wives. Wives that will make you close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's what we make dua, that our young children, young youth, search for piety. So, you know, we're 40 now, maybe, you know, romance never ends. You could be 50, 60, 70. You could still go and be romantic with your wife, buy her something, give her something. You know, the wealth that we've hoarded all those years and had, go buy her a gift. And you'll see more chicken curry, more fish, more bazi. You know, you'll see all the extra love that you will get at home. And if you be a hoarder and you don't do nothing, all you're going to hear is, Astan, you don't put children in. Astan, you don't buy a you never loved me all my life. You never give me all my life. It's the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. It's the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam to treat your wives, treat your children. So if we have wealth, some wealth, give it in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Some of your wealth, spend it towards your family. Some of your wealth, help others. Don't think your wealth will ever get less by giving in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't ever think that if I give this and this to this money to somebody, if I borrow somebody, I'm going to be... No. Allah has written your wealth for you. Remember this. It's a fact. And you've seen this, the Russians, the billionaires. Today, all the billions that they have, it could go in a split second. It could be stopped. They can't do nothing. Countries have collapsed. Currencies have collapsed overnight. Rich millionaires have come down to earth with nothing. Those who are living lavish lives lost everything. There's people that me and you probably know who own houses, properties, who have so much money. But that money that they had, did they thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala every day? Did they help others with it? Did they support others with it? Did they help towards the masjids? Did they help towards the orphans? Did they help the youth? More you give in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, more you will gain. More you hold, the quicker it will go. Remember this. More you hold and don't give out, the quicker it will go. And it can go in one instant. It can go so quickly. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is saying that when you have wealth, utilize that wealth in the correct way. Give that wealth towards Allah and His Rasul. Help each other. Help a brother. Help a family. I remember when I went to America many, many years ago for Taraweeh, and this was my first experience in a community, small Pakistani community. I sat on a table, and I was just 19 years old then. Sat on a table, and there was 10, 15 people sitting on the table. And one of the brothers says, you know, there's this poor family in our community, and there's this family that needs help, and this is America. You know, the land of dreams, people say. And there's still poor people there, and there's community people who are struggling. So this one brother, friend of mine over the years I met, he says, let's all give $1,000 each. And they all put $1,000 there. And I'm watching, and in my first experience, I'm watching, I'm thinking, wow, subhanallah. Huh? And then I asked my friend, I said to my friend, is this something? Because, when I came to America, I had nothing. I was an illegal immigrant. I had nothing. And one brother helped me one day, and from that one brother I became a multimillionaire. So why can't I give to others? And wallahi, throughout my years of going there, I never seen a day where this person doesn't give to his community. Should I tell you something else? This is my experience. If we have a restaurant or a shop, this is our culture's problem. If a friend wants to, or another member of our community wants to open a shop next to us, what do we say? We say, Alkitaab, yeah? So go I say, he went and opened another shop on Khanda. Our business is lovely. Straight away we say this. We swear at the guy, we talk the family, we stop talking to him. And this happens, I've seen it with my own eyes in our community. This guy, he opens 4 or 5 shops for people in the same block where his shop is. And he gives them opportunities. He says, go and open your shop. Allah's going to give me what's written in my risk, and Allah will give you your risk. But because you've come to my community, you don't know how, I will help you. We need to come out of this concept that we can't help each other. No matter if it's the same business, if it's the same line of what we do, we should support each other. We should help. This is how a community grows. This is how Muhammad said before, the community does not grow by bickering. The community grows by love. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam grew a community of the companions who came from Makkah, who left everything. Man, you think those people like Usman ibn Affan, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, Abdurrahman ibn Auf. Abdurrahman ibn Auf is a multi-millionaire of today. If you think these guys were rich, if his wealth, if he was to accumulate his wealth, he's a multi-millionaire. He left everything in Makkah. He left everything and they migrated to Medina. Because they wanted Islam. They wanted Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When they came to Medina, they had nothing. Zero. Absolutely nothing. And the Ansar, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam paid them up. The Ansar said, you could take half of my house. You could take half of my wealth. Abdurrahman ibn Auf says, you know what he does? He goes, what did he do? Straight to the market. I'm going to start my business straight away. He didn't stop and say, no, I've got nothing. I left everything for Rasul. I left everything for Allah. He said, I'm going to go start again. So these people left everything behind. And they came to Medina. And And the people of Medina showed them true brotherhood and love. And they lived with each other. And they created a community. And that's how we should be. We should look over each other, protect each other. Yes, we have differences. Moulana said before, he comes from Vishnat, he comes from Moli Bazar, he comes from Nobi Bajan, he comes from Dakhan, he comes from... What? So what? And who cares? He's a mu'min. Hazrat Bilal was a black Abyssinian. Hazrat Bilal was an African. Hazrat Bilal radiallahu ta'ala who was given the most elite job to give the adhan. The adhan that you hear every single day was not from an Arab. It was from an Abyssinian, black Abyssinian who was a slave, who accepts Islam, who accepts Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah and His Rasul chose him to be the muazzin. He gives azan. He is Bilal radiallahu ta'ala anhu, al-Habshi. Did Rasulullah sallallahu care about his color? If Rasulullah sallallahu wanted, he could have said, let me choose one of my Arab cousins. Huh? He never said that. He said, I want to teach the world unity. I want to teach the world love. I want to teach the world stay with each other. Islam should be more powerful than our color. Islam should be more powerful than our race. Yes, we have culture. Yes, we have different ways of culture. Yes, everybody's culture is different. That doesn't mean anything. That's how they live. That's fine. We respect that. And we should respect each other's culture. But that does not mean that just because he's from a certain race and certain culture, we cannot be friends with them and we cannot talk to them. Or we should look at them in a different way. I remember when my elder brother, he got married, and he's from Vishnat, and he got married. This is back in the late 80s in Moli Bazar. People in Vishnat, how dare you take your son to be in Moli Bazar? Never heard of this place, Moli Bazar. You know, this stuff. And my dad said, the Imam Sahib chose this daughter for my son, so, you know, it is what it is. And, you know, alhamdulillah, my sister was left the dunya now, Allah give her Jannah. She passed away recently, and again, very young, through cancer. But she lived with us for many years. But you know what? Why do we have to have this thought in ourselves that we can't marry somebody from a different, place of our communities, our country? Or we look at them different. Everybody's different. Everybody's got their own way. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam's companions were from different tribes. Abu Dhar al-Ghifari radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Who's heard of Abu Dhar? Who's heard of Abu Dhar? Anybody here heard of Abu Dhar? Huh? Read about him. Read about Abu Dhar al-Ghifari, a companion of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who was a Bedouin, hardcore Arab. Huh? He once got angry with Bilal radiallahu ta'ala anhu. They got into a dispute. And Abu Dhar al-Ghifari, he went back to his tribe, and he was one of the early companions that accepted Islam. He came back to Medina. When he came back, his whole tribe became Muslim because of him. And he was strong in his belief. But even then, one day he made a comment to Bilal radiallahu ta'ala anhu and said, "Oh, son of a black woman. Oh, son of a black woman." To Hazrat Bilal radiallahu ta'ala. Hazrat Bilal radiallahu ta'ala was so upset. He went to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam reminded Abu Dhar al-Ghifari, doesn't matter how big of a Sahaba you are, how big of a person you are. Oh, Abu Dhar, you have ignorance inside you. So don't ever let race, color, culture not unite us. Islam should unite us. Islam should unite us. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam then tells us and reminds us of, have I said 4 or have I said 5 so far? 3. Have I said 3? Is it not a fact? And this is the 4th one. As we get busy in life. We get into business, we get into, you know when we went to school, did we have commitments other than going to school? Let me ask the children, you wake up, your breakfast is ready, isn't it? Your mom's made your breakfast, your dad's got, your mom's, especially the mom, Allah Ta'ala give our mothers Jannah. Allah give our, those mothers that pass away, give them Jannah, and those who are in the dunya, Allah give them a long life. Our mothers are amazing, amazing. Ya Allahu Akbar. If those of us have mothers, when you go back home today, to your mother, no matter how old you are, kiss her on the forehead and tell her you love her. Because your mother is the mom. No matter, moms will always tell you off. No matter if you're 100 years old, they'll still tell you off. But they will never leave you. You were born through them. So you are the part of her. Mothers do so much sacrifice. Wallahi, from the day you were born and I was born, our mothers had sleepless nights, fed us before they fed themselves. They spent their entire, if I say youth, when I say youth, I'm talking about the marriage life, just making sure that we grow up. They clothe us, they buy us presents, they make sure we fail, they make sure that we are ready to go to school. Even if not, I'm talking about our mothers who are still around and we have reached an age 40, they still care about you. Has my son eaten? If the wife doesn't give something to the child, who gets angry first? The mother. The mother will say, how dare you not give my son this? Sometimes the mother tells us off as well. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam's teachings, Allah's command is that we respect our parents. Our mothers have sacrificed so much of their time making sure that we have everything. The father works hard. The father is occupied every day making sure he could bring back at home the resource, the finances, so that we could live good. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, take care of your time before you become occupied. The youth, we don't have commitments right now. We don't have things that we have to do every day. Work, we don't have to go to, in the daytime work and then come back and work again. Or we don't have to provide. We just go to school, eat, work, go to school, come back home, and not enjoy. But when you reach a certain age where you have to provide, you will then understand the value of time. You will understand the value of free time. So when you have free time, don't sit on your phone and WhatsApping. When you have free time, don't spend all that time browsing TikTok and thinking, let's make a new TikTok, I'll get 1 million views. I'm not saying that we shouldn't be on TikTok. I'm not saying we shouldn't be on WhatsApp. I'm not saying we shouldn't be on Instagram. I'm saying don't make that your time. Don't make that the most important thing to your life. You need to know what happens in the dunya. You need to understand what's going on in the dunya. You need to know what's around you. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentions in the hadith, before you get occupied, make the most of those times, because those are the times where you spend time to get close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If we balance our life, and if we spend our time accordingly, you will see when we get busy, and when we are occupied, and when we have to provide, we will still make time for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We will still make time for the Sunnah. We will still make time for Quran. Ask the question to ourselves. Many of us have been to the Masjid. Many of us read Quran. We've read Quran. Ask the question, after Ramadan goes, how many of us have the time to read Quran? How many of us have the time to open the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? That book that Allah has sent to us, that millions of people recite throughout Ramadan from memory. That book that Allah has revealed to us, who because of today this Quran we are here. How many of us have the time to open the Quran and just read one line? We're too busy, man. We're too busy with the dunya. We're too busy with all making money. We're too busy with all the fucking around that we do. Too busy with all the dunyawi things that we need to earn. We have ambitions, we have dreams that we want to become multimillionaires. And then Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam reminds us, the last point, Moulana, am I passing?
Just finish.
2 minutes, yeah? And I'll leave you on this last point. And this is the fifth one. Make the most of life before death. Does anybody know when we're going to pass away? Huh? Can anybody sitting here say, I'm going to live till 100? Yeah, we say this so easily, isn't it? You know, I'm still young, man. I ain't going to die. Death ain't coming to me yet. You know, I'll fight it. Huh? Allah. We have seen friends drop dead on football pitches. Playing football, perfectly fine, young, perfectly fine, drop dead in a split second. You've seen people amongst yourselves who've just gone from the dunya. Huh? Every one of us will have to go. What do we go? Do we want to be on the other side when we've gone from this dunya amongst the righteous people, the people on the right? And this is in Surah Waqiyah, read it. Read Surah Waqiyah and you see the beauty of Surah Waqiyah. Whoever hasn't ever read Surah Waqiyah, read it. Ashabul Yameen, ma Ashabul Yameen. When we leave this dunya, do you want to be amongst those righteous people who will have a stage, who will have fruits, who will have bananas and jannati fruits and who will be under the shade? Or do you want to be amongst those people who are on the left, who will be on the dark black clouds? This dunya is temporary. This dunya is for a short period of time. All of us sitting here, especially the youth, especially the young ones, listen. Life could just go in a split second. But please, let's not go from this dunya and we reach the other side without Allah and His Rasul. Put this in your heart. Ramadan is going. Life is ticking along. At least let's bring a bit of Islam and Deen inside ourselves. Let's bring a sunnah, something that will make us attach ourselves with somebody who will take us close to Allah and His Rasul. The youth are the ones that will be the next generation. On this note, make dua for me. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept what I've said and everybody else. Allah ta'ala give us the opportunity to act upon the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.
Pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enable us to benefit from Moulana many times in the future. I told you he's very special to me. So, inshallah, Allah give us the tawfiq. What I would like to do is request anybody under the age of 15, if you can stand up and just go to the red room, inshallah. So, we'll start, you can start filling that room. So, all the young boys, if you want to go, if you've got brothers or family with you older, if you want to take them, you can as well. Ziad, you can take your father with you, or if you can go with him. If you want to go there, and then we'll fill that side and we will come along, inshallah. What I was thinking that if we just sit in front of our iftar, we'll just do a short dua, and then inshallah we'll break our iftar together. There's plenty of food, so even if you want seconds, if you want more water or drinks, please ask for it. We put down so we don't waste food. My brothers, please do remember that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has favored us and we're able to have food on our table. Many people across the world don't have food on their table. So please bear that in mind. Now, if I can ask anybody under the age of 30 to leave. But if you're under the age of 30, you can go towards the food, inshallah. I just want to again remind you all that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us You're gonna stay with me. You're gonna stay with me. You're gonna go with me. So once that's complete, inshallah, we'll fill in the rest. People who have difficulty sitting on the floor, there are some chairs and tables. So inshallah, those who want to go there, they can. Allah give us the tawfiq to gain the most of Ramadan. Allah bless us, Allah enable us to understand right from wrong. And Allah give us the tawfiq to go towards good all the time. Inshallah, now the rest of you can go towards that side, inshallah. If anything is missing on your plate, please ask. There's plenty of food. It's been a very festive occasion. A lot of people have donated and prepared the food. Okay. Yeah.